Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Nikon Z5 Mark II. Is it the best budget camera for cityscapes and doing cityscape photography? So last summer when we rented the Nikon Z5 Mark II, we had the opportunity to take it down to the National World War I Memorial here in Kansas City and get up on top of the tower, which is the Liberty Memorial, commemorating the end of World War I and the end of all wars. It offers really cool vistas of downtown with Union Station in the foreground. This first image is of the Liberty Memorial Tower. This has like a lit flame at the top. It's not really flame, it's lights and effects, which is kind of cool. So like I said, the Liberty Memorial Tower hadn't been open for quite a while. We got the opportunity to go up in it. On the left, you're seeing my raw photograph of this, and on the right, you're seeing the post-processed. I brought it down a little bit, did some dodging, burning, a little bit of a gradient there to get the sky to pop a little bit more and have some contrast with the tower. Let me know what you think of this image that was shot with the Nikon Z5 II and the Nikon Z24-120 f4S lens. So here we're looking at some video, some 4K video, shot at 30 frames per second from the top of the tower, panning across the downtown skyline. The little things that you keep seeing in the image or in the video here are actually, I think they were wasps at the top of the tower. This is a really cool vantage point because you're looking down at Union Station. So I decided to do this multi-frame pano up there, had the camera in portrait orientation and did several exposures. You can see them laying out over each other to make up a pano of the skyline without Union Station in it. This is not your typical shot when you go down there. Typically, you want to include Union Station and the Western Auto sign. These are landmarks here in the Kansas City area. You see them a lot on the national sports broadcasts when they happen. This is the raw stitched together pano. We're going to take it back into Lightroom. We're going to crop it down, get rid of everything that doesn't have a piece of image that I want to show. And this is the processed panoramic. I'm not a big fan of it. It's excluding too much. You know, you don't have Union Station in there. You have everything else in there. It'd be a nice little banner on a YouTube channel. Yeah. This series of images was taken from the top of the tower as well. Zoomed out a little bit to get the full skyline in, including Union Station in the foreground. So this one makes the skyscrapers in downtown appear like they're farther away because of the zoom on the lens. Here again, showing you the stitched together pano. Here is the raw panoramic image done in Lightroom. And on top, you've got the process now. You can see I cropped it in. I actually have a little bit more in this image than I normally would have. There's these skyscrapers that are part of Crown Center Plaza off on the right. Usually you crop them down, especially when you're on the observation deck doing one of these panoramics. So keep that in mind. We had kind of special access. It was open to the public. There was a small admission fee to get up there. So here's a non-typical view. This is shooting south from the top of the Liberty Memorial towards the Federal Reserve Bank and Midtown, Kansas City. I love the way the lawn looks and lays out in this image. What I don't like is it feels like the foreground is crunched because I actually have the parapet wall for the tower in it. So in post, I cropped down just a little bit to get rid of the parapet wall. I love the lines of perspective on this image. I love how there's contrast. I wish there was something going on in the sky. Tell me your thoughts on this composition shot with a Nikon Z5 II in the field. Okay, so here's a little bit of video. We're going to look across Union Station and the downtown skyline again. This one's actually taken from the observation deck. This is where you typically would see most photos taken. So here again, we have a series of images that are stitched together in Lightroom. I'm using the auto stitch functionality, showing you each image, how they overlay each other. I tend to really overshoot my panos so that I know I have what I want. I'm still getting in the hang of shooting more frames above and more frames below so that there's less white and more usable crop area. Here again, this is the raw image. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that raw image, we're going to make a copy of it, we're going to duplicate it so that everything that I do is very easy to reproduce. We cropped in, we did a little dodge and burn, brought up a little bit of the shadows, took the highlights down a little bit. I wish there would have been a better sky that day. This location is really great at sunrise or sunset if you have mid-level clouds reflecting the sun. This is Memory. It faces to the east towards the battlefields in France and is shielding its eyes from the horrors of the war. Here's my photograph of Memory. This is the raw image. The light was getting kind of cool. Here again, I really wish that we had better clouds, better conditions, but this is a place here in Kansas City, and I was really just out seeing what the Nikon Z5 II could do. I did not like the fact that I had one of the loudspeakers in it. It felt like a distraction, and it felt like an unbalanced photo. That's why I went with the square cropped with this. So the main focus of the image is definitely known. It is Memory. This gorgeous Sphinx work. Is the Nikon Z5 II the best budget camera for cityscapes? Definitively. It's pretty darn good, especially mated with the 24-120 f4 lens. You can probably even get by with the 24-200mm lens, which is a variable lens for aperture, as well as the 28-400mm variable aperture lens. Is it the best camera? Well, rule of thumb is the best camera for a situation is the one you have on you. For this outing, that was the camera I had on me. Did really well. I love the fact that you can shoot video and stills, and it's just a great little all-in-one mirrorless camera. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. If you don't have any thoughts on the camera or the photographs, just drop me a note saying hi and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace and safe travels.